I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Awesome. Hey, everybody. I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for people to join in, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Yep, I see people are rolling in.
Yeah.
It's exactly 10 a.m. What time is it over there, Ashra, where you are?
It's 8:30 p.m. I'm from India, so yeah. Hi everyone. Where are you all from joining in from? I think you all can use the chat section, right, Nisha?
Yeah, please use the chat section to tell us where you're joining in from. We're happy to have you here, and we are going to get started maybe in 1 or 2 more minutes. Hi, Thomas. How are you? Glad to have you here.
We are good. Hope you are doing great as well. Thank you for joining in.
Hope everyone is staying safe out there. More people. Okay.
Oh, great.
So,
Someone from Zambia. What time is
Zambia?
it? Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. We have one from Paris.
As
That's
well.
awesome.
So great to
Always
see
want to go to Paris.
different continents. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, in Zambia, it's 5 p.m. Yeah.
We have two of our attendees from Zambia.
That's awesome. All right. I think we have a pretty good group here. Let's just go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. My name is Nisha. I am a customer success manager here at Signeasy. Thank you so much for joining us today in this webinar on learning how you can use Google Workspace apps to streamline your workflows even further by cutting some extra steps in your electronic signature process. I am also joined today by my colleague, Ashra. Ashra, if you want to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Nisha. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining in. My name is Astra Paul. I'm a product manager at Signeasy, and as you all know that we are here to talk about one of our most popular integration, that is the Google integration with Signeasy. So we are going to deep dive into the different use cases of Google integration and how it can help you maximize your productivity and give you faster turnaround times with your customers. I'm not just saying it, I really mean it. Be it an approval that you need from your manager, or you need an NDA to be signed and send it back to your client, and it is super urgent, right? All of these you can do right from a Google integration. And if you need to collaborate on a document and you need to send it out for signature, you can do all of these right from a Google integration. And Nisha is going to showcase each one of these in our upcoming session, right? I'm super excited to have you all here. And without further delay, let's deep dive into the demo section and the use case section. Over to you, Nisha.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashra. I know you said you had a couple of questions that you wanted to ask the audience before we got started, just so we can understand where everyone is coming from. Do you want to throw some of those questions out there?
Yes, I almost forgot. Thank you so much for reminding me. Yes, yes. I do want to ask you a few questions. How many of you here are already using our Google integration? Can you please drop in your answers in the chat section? We would love to take a look. Even if you're using, if you're not using, you can just simply respond no. Oh, nice. We have someone using it. Okay, so can you tell us what are you using it for and which integration specifically you are using? Because we have Gmail, Docs, Sheets. Which one are you using and how is it helping you in your day-to-day activity?
Mhm. So we do have a few people saying they have
Yeah.
installed the Signeasy add-on for Google and using it. And for those of you who haven't tried it out, just please go ahead and put no, just so we know.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Did you have some other ones you wanted to ask, Astra?
That's pretty much it. I also wanted to know which team are they from, so that I could understand the use case better.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, should be okay. I mean, we can pause in between and then maybe ask again. That should also be okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, it looks like we have like a good mixed group. Some people
Hmm.
haven't checked out our integration, and some people have installed it and are in the process of trying it out. Uh, and I want to remind everyone as we go through this, please throw in any questions you have. We're going to do our best to answer them live. And if not, after this webinar, we'll respond to you by email. Okay, perfect. So the new Signeasy add-on lets you electronically sign and send documents for signature directly within Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and even Google Calendar. Once installed, this integration will live seamlessly on your right sidebar and eliminates the hassle of switching between different apps or having to open new tabs in your browser just to use Signeasy. So as you can see here, I am in my Gmail and my Signeasy add-on lives right on the right side for easy access whenever I need to use it. The Signeasy add-on supports two of our major workflows that many of you may already be familiar with if you have a Signeasy account. The first is the sign option. So it lets you self-sign a document when you're the only signer. And then, of course, we have our send for signature, which has been used a lot, especially during the pandemic, because people can't meet up in person to collect signatures. So send for signature allows you to collect signatures from people that are not there with you in person. And aside from electronically signing and sending documents, our add-on acts almost as a personal assistant where it shows you real-time statuses of all of your document activities. So under our document summary in the add-on, you're able to see which documents are pending on you or other people for signature. And through this, under the pending section, you're able to send reminders for people to sign your documents all within the Google ecosystem. Also, with the signed option, you're able to quickly access all of your completed or finalized documents for easy download when needed. And then also with the uploaded feature, this is synonymous with the originals tab in the Signeasy web app, where basically any document you have imported into Signeasy in the past lives in your uploaded section so that you can quickly access it to reuse if you need to collect signatures on it. So if Google Workspace apps like Docs, Sheets, Drive are already at the center of your daily work, then why not place your electronic signature work side by side to it? To install the Signeasy for Google Workspace, it is quite easy. Just head on over to workspace.google.com. After this webinar, we will send everybody an email with the recording of this webinar and the link. So you can click on it and just look up Signeasy here, and then there will be an install button, and it's just a one-time process, and Signeasy will be integrated with your Google account. And then after you've installed it, just head on over to Gmail, Google Sheets, or Google Docs to start using it. So now that we've kind of walked through the capabilities of the Signeasy add-on on what all it can do for you, let's walk through some real-world scenarios on how you might use it. So here's one. This is Susan. She has been working the past few months on an awesome new business idea. But in order to turn her dreams into a reality, she thinks she needs the help of a business partner, Astra, and who has a lot of connections and experience in the industry. Astra, I'm sorry, I don't know why this person looks evil. You're not evil. But so now Susan can't just trust Astra with her amazing idea. She needs to be confident that the information she shares with Astra is not going to be shared with anybody else. So to protect the secrecy of this confidential business idea, she's going to get Astra to sign an NDA or a non-disclosure agreement. So Susan basically sends Astra an email with the NDA attached, and Astra just needs to figure out how to sign that document. So now I'm going to turn it over to Astra, who's going to show you all how she's going to use Signeasy for Gmail to quickly sign this NDA and send it back to Susan. So I'm going to stop sharing here and let me know if you can share, Astra.
I'm thinking of changing my profile picture to the image that you have used.
Oh, no.
Thank you. Thank you, Nisha. I'll just go ahead and share my screen. So as you can see that I already have received an email from Nisha, and it says that please sign this NDA by Friday. Well, I'll not make you wait till Friday. I'll just sign it today itself. So this is my NDA. So I'll just go ahead, open it and go through it once to see if all the information that is written over here is valid and I want to agree to it. Okay, looks like once I am done with it and I think it looks good from my side. So all I need to do is click on this add-on. I have already installed it from my side. And as you can see, this document is already imported into my Signeasy add-on, right? I don't have to do anything. I just click on the add-on. The document is automatically imported, and you can see that found one attachment, right? Now, all I need to do is click on the sign document. And it will take me to the Signeasy application.
You have a lot of tabs. So this is for you.
This is for me. I do not like switching, between multiple tabs, and this is really easy. And anyone who who is like me and who hates switching between multiple tabs, logging into multiple websites, this is a blessing. Trust me, this is a blessing. You just log into one app and you are set. So I'm just gonna put my signature here. I'm gonna put my name. And my title. I'm done. Now, as soon as I have filled everything here, I'll just click on finish. This document will be finalized and completed. And as you can see, it will take me back to the same place from where I started. Now, once I'm done with this document, right, what am I going to do? I don't even have to actually download this document and keep it with me. What I can do quickly is I can just click on attach and reply and send it back to Nisha right from my Gmail. I don't have to really download it. So I'll just send it across for your information. Please find the NDA attached. and I'll hit send. She will
Mhm.
get my NDA in no minutes and she can review it and we can just close the deal literally within minutes, right? So this is that fast, and this is all within your favorite app that you probably use, every day, and for day-to-day work. I mean, some of us live within the emails, right? And this is
Mhm.
this is one of the best thing that can happen, and you can close deals, you can get your documents signed just within minutes. If you have
Yep.
any questions, regarding this flow or any doubts, we'll be happy to answer it, or we can take it at the end as well, whatever works.
Yeah, and I do want to add that I have seen our Gmail add-on be really used within managers and people in leadership, because they're not usually the ones preparing documents for signature. What they're doing is just approving, right? So a lot of times they just get an email and their associate is like, "Hey, I need your signature on this."
Absolutely.
So this is super helpful. They don't have to leave their email, just use the add-on, sign the document, attach it back, and off it goes.
And you don't even have to download it, right? You don't have to download it, then go to a different place, then log into that app, then search for the document, then import it. It's like a lot of work. Here you
Right.
don't even have to download, no need to search for the document, just one click in this add-on and it's automatically imported, and just one click, sign it, done, and then send it
Hmm.
back to the source. So it's very, very simple. We'll be
Exactly.
happy to take any answers, but for now, I'll pass it on to Nisha again. I think we have a question.
Yeah, we have,
Okay.
well, maybe we can answer that maybe near the end, how
Yeah.
Signeasy works with Google Drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and take back screen share really quickly, and let's go back
And
to our little presentation.
I'm just gonna say who asked it. We are gonna come back to this question at the end, because we do have a Google Drive integration with Signeasy as well. So we are just going one after the other. We are definitely gonna come back to that question.
Exactly. So moving on, let's walk through a real world or close to real world example of how one might use the Signeasy add-on for Google Sheets. Now, this is a recent feature that we released just to add to our to the Google integrations that Signeasy supports and with Google Sheets. So we're really excited to showcase this. So let's see how someone might use Signeasy within Google Sheets. So here we have the procurement team at a construction company that needs to order some raw materials from their vendor. And to get those raw materials, they create a purchase order in Google Sheets. A lot of us are familiar with purchase orders, especially like payroll teams. So here the procurement team creates a purchase order. But before they can send this purchase order to their vendor, they need to get an approval from their department head or manager. And then after the manager approves, this is going to get routed to the vendor for a signature or finalization. Again, I'm gonna turn the tables to Ashra, and she's going to demo how she's going to use Signeasy in Google Sheets to route the purchase order for internal approval before sending it to the vendor. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. Oh, Ashra, do you want to unmute yourself?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. I hope you all can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, as you can see that I was working on this purchase order, and I really have to first send it to my manager for approval, right? As Nisha was discussing, I'll have to send it to my manager, get an approval, and as soon as I get an approval, I need to immediately send it to my vendor to get an approval and close this order, right? So I'll just showcase you how you can do this, the entire process. First getting an approval from your manager, then getting it signed from your vendor, and then closing the order, right? Each of the step, I'm going to showcase it to you now. Another cool thing that I wanted to show it to you is that once you have installed the add-on within, you go to workspace.google.com, as Nisha has mentioned, and you have installed the add-on, you will see that it will automatically be available across all your Google apps. You don't have to go and individually install it for Sheets, Docs, Gmail, Drive. It is all in one place, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead. I just have to refresh.
Just refresh, yeah.
I kept it open for a long time.
I should have probably changed the date on the purchase order. This is January 2000. It's like a long time ago.
Yeah, so same as Gmail, you can see that you don't have to import anything. You just click on the add-on, and it will detect that there is one sheet, and it will automatically import that sheet. Now my use case is that I don't have to sign it. I have to send it to my manager and my vendor to get an approval, right? So I'll click on send for signature. Before that, another thing that I wanted to show you is that there is an option to choose the print preview of your sheet. Because in case of a sheet, you can have multiple rows and columns. We want to make sure that you get the best paper size, or you get the best orientation and the view as per your requirement, right? So we have different paper size. You can choose a letterhead. You can choose A3, A4, A5, anything that you want. For now, I'll just go ahead with A4 size, and I will change the orientation to portrait instead of landscape, right? So you can choose whatever file settings you want before you want to import it to Signeasy, and it is completely optional. If you do not want to, it will just take in the default paper view, right? So I'll go back and I'll click on send for signature.
And Signeasy is just going to get launched here.
Yes. Now I'm going to add my manager's details.
So this area, a lot of you might already be familiar with. It is the send for signature workflow. So nothing's changed here. Your document is already attached. Ashra is just adding her signers, their name and email address. Oh, Ashra, do you want to talk about the two-step verification? That's something we recently released as well.
Yeah. Right. We recently released a new feature, which is a two-step verification, wherein you can use your country code and a phone number, and you can add an extra layer of security to your documents, right? So you can do it for each of the signers, so that every time they receive an signature request, they can verify it with their phone number. And yeah, it's an additional layer of authentication that we have recently introduced, right? Do check it out if you haven't already. In the interest of time, I'll just go ahead and send it without the verification. So I'm also going, if you, by the way, you can also add anyone in the CC list, like you want them to get, any copy of your documents, you can do it as well. You want to add any messages for your signers, you can do that. But in this case, the most important thing that I'm going to do is the setting the signing order, because as Nisha had already mentioned, that once I get an approval from my manager, only then I can send it out to my vendor, right? So I'll make sure that my manager is the first person to sign it. And then once that is approved, the vendor will automatically get notified, and he will be the next person to sign the document, right? So in this case, I'll make sure that I add fields, because I don't want either my manager or the vendor to get confused where to add the fields, where to add their signature. I want to make sure that I add all the fields that are needed, so that there are no back and forth in the process, and this gets closed as soon as possible.
And I want to add on to that. We always recommend whenever you're sending documents out for signature, to use our field feature to really guide your signers exactly where they need to sign. So this way you're getting your documents back actually completed, right? A lot of times, how many times have we gotten documents back? People say they've signed it, but then there's some parts that are missing. So this is your way of really controlling that and making sure you get things done in just one go rather than having to go back and forth.
Definitely, definitely. And we all know that, we are all in a very fast-paced environment. We need to get things done faster. So we always recommend that use fields and make sure that, you use the required feature that we have, so that each and every individual, they can actually, they are required to sign it, and they just cannot bypass any of it, right? So make sure you turn on the required feature. I'll just increase the size, and this is for my manager, and I'll also add a date field. And similarly, I'll add one signature and one date field for the vendor. In this case, when I send out the signature, the first notification my manager will receive, and once he completes signing the document, only then the vendor will get notified. At this point, the vendor will have no idea about this document being sent, right? So I'll go ahead and send it out for signature.
And then you'll notice here, this tab that was opened will automatically get closed. And it'll take you back to Google Sheets.
Yes. So I'm back to Google Sheets, and it'll say that your document has been successfully sent out for signature. So this is an ordered list. So my manager signs, and then my vendor signs, and the document comes back to me, and it's I am the sender. The completed document will come back to me, and then we can just, finish this process altogether.
Exactly. I know this is a lot, so please throw your questions, any concerns in the chat box, and we'll try to answer them towards the end.
Okay. I'll give it back to you, Nisha, for the final discussion.
Thank you. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen again. And let's go into the next slide. Okay, so now that we've covered how you can use Signeasy for Gmail and Google Sheets, let's take a look at an example for using Signeasy for Google Docs. A lot of us are aware of all the benefits of Google Docs. One of them is that you're able to remotely collaborate with other people on one document. And so being able to collaborate with other people not only enables you to get work done faster, but it also helps everybody to quickly catch any mistakes and fix it on just one document. And now that Signeasy lives right next to Google Docs, you can make sure that once your document is ready to be signed, you can use our add-on to quickly send the most up-to-date document for signature right in that moment. So no more having to open up a new browser and logging into Signeasy and having to download the file and import it into Signeasy. All those steps can now be skipped without breaking your workflow, and you can jump right into the e-signature process. So as you can see here, here's a little snapshot of a document I was working on, and I had the Signeasy add-on right here on the right side, and I was ready to send it out for signature. So I'm gonna move it back to Ashra, and she's going to do a live demo on how she's going to work on a Google Doc and send it out for signature.
Thank you again, Nisha. I'll just take over the screen. So how many of you are here from the HR team? We all know hiring is such a pain, right? And we really don't want to mess up anything when it comes to hiring. It's so difficult to get the right candidate. So Disha and I have been working on a job offer letter that we have to send it out. And I think I'm almost done with my offer letter. I have just asked her to do a final review. And once she is done, I'll send it out for signature. Again, my add-on is already here because I have installed it once. So again, I don't have to go ahead and do it again. So that is a good side. So I'm just going to see if there are any comments that I see here. Okay, I think I see one. Okay, Okay, I did not see that. Okay, so I would have almost sent it out for signature, and I don't know how I would have reverted it, but thank you
For
so much.
50 million salary.
Okay, I don't think we can afford that, so I'll just clearly go ahead and remove two of the zeros, and yeah, I'll just resolve this comment. So I actually did not have to download this document. If I would have downloaded it, then I would have to import it again, correct the value, and then again upload it, import it to different application, and then send it out for signature, right? But since I'm using Google Docs, we collaborated real time, we found each other's mistake, we corrected it. I have the most recent document with me, and now I'm just going to go ahead, click on my, also have to refresh it, click on my add-on, and I'll just send it out, right? So it is that easy. And I actually have saved a lot of embarrassment as well as a lot of my time. So thank you so much, Nisha. So I'll just go ahead and send it for signature.
Mhm. And it's going to be a similar step to what we saw with the Google Sheets. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly the same step. So I'm just gonna add my employee's name and his email ID. Again, I'll make sure that I add fields so that there are no confusion, no back and forth, because I really want this candidate to join as soon as possible, right?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Asha, maybe while you're filling this out, could you explain the radio groups option on the field side? I know I get some questions about that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, but for the record, we only need two fields to be filled here. But as an example, I'll just show you how radio fields also work, right? So
Mhm.
these are the two fields that I want my candidate to fill in. And just for as an example, I know that my document do not have a requirement for radio field, but just as a sample, I'll show you how radio field works. So radio groups always works as a pair, right? So by default, it will come as two, and it is mostly used when you have to choose between any two items, A or B. Like, you have to select either A or B. When you have
Mhm.
that logic, you add radio buttons, like, um, I it can be gender, right? When you have to select one or the other gender, then you can put radio buttons. Now sometimes it can be more than a group of two that you have to select it from. You might have multiple options, right? Then in that case, you can easily go ahead and add as many as you want, and then you can go ahead, change the, so I have only one signer here, but if you have multiple signers, you can change the signer. You can also you know make it horizontal or vertical as per your choice, because we know that the groups can be either horizontal or vertical, right? You can align it properly and you can use it. And if
Mhm.
you have to delete the entire group, you just click on delete and your entire group gets deleted. So some of you might have a requirement where you have to send your signers a particular option to choose from, and that in that time the text documents, the text fields might not be the right choice, right? Because you want them to choose a specific one and not multiple. So these groups will work perfectly whenever you have certain or logics to and or logics to work with, right? Yes, no, true, false,
Mhm.
or in terms of gender. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was a great explanation. Yep.
cool. Then yeah, I'll go ahead and send this out for signature. And similar to Google Sheets, it'll again close this tab and redirect back to the Google Docs page.
Mhm. I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at some of the questions that have come in, and maybe we'll try to answer them. Um, let's see.
Yeah. So this offer letter has been sent out successfully, and so you just
Mhm.
can wait and see once this is signed. And you can actually go to your home and also check the document summary. And in under the pending list, as Nisha was mentioning, how it can work as your personal assistant. You can go there and you can check the pending document, and you will see the status of the document, that it is still pending on someone, right? And as soon as it has been signed and completed, then it will come under. So you can see that this job offer letter that I have sent, it is in the pending state. Now, you would want your candidate to sign it as soon as possible, right? Because you don't want to lose the candidate, and you don't want to wait longer than a given time frame, right? Now, what you can do, you can just hit on the remind section, remind button, sorry, and a reminder will be sent to that signer that is our candidate, right? And he'll get a reminder, and he'll be like, okay, fine, the deadline is nearing, maybe I'll have to sign the document. So all of these you can do it right from Google Docs, or any of the Google apps for that matter, not just Docs, right? So
Exactly.
Nisha, somebody did ask about the
Google
Drive
Drive.
add-on, right?
Yeah. Do you want to share how one might use Signeasy with Google Drive?
Yeah, I'll just quickly show it to them, and we will
So,
send the Google Drive installation link as well. Okay, after the call, we will just send a link so that it becomes easier for them. So this was an offer letter that I was working on, right? And how Google Drive works is slightly different than how the other integrations work. So what all you have to do is you have to select a document, and you have to right click on that document and click on open with Signeasy, right? So this is already installed. Nisha will send you a link how to install this specifically for Drive. You click here, you open with Signeasy, and it will again take you to our Signeasy app, where you can choose between two options, whether you sign a document or send a document, and the rest of the flow remains exactly same as what we have been demonstrating, right?
So the biggest thing is the Google Drive add-on. It's just a really easy way to import your document that's ready for signature into Signeasy. So you just have to choose open with Signeasy, and that document gets pulled into your Signeasy account.
As you can see, this is successfully imported to Signeasy, and now I can choose either if I want to sign it myself or I want to send it for signature, and I click on any of the CTAs and it's done. So rest of the flows are exactly the same, right? So the initial step is different than what we have been showcasing. It's just that you have to click on the document, right click, and it's as simple as opening with Google Docs, right? You all might be clicking on open with and open with Google Docs or any other app. So it is as simple as that.
Perfect. That was a really good question. Yeah, and I will definitely share the links to quickly install these add-ons. Again, it's just a one-time setup. Okay, I am gonna just go ahead and just take over from here. Whoops, there we go. Okay, so this is just a reminder that we have a lot of resources for you to utilize whenever you need help or get stuck on something. We have a chatbot that you can access from our website, where you can just type in your issue you're facing, just choose want to speak with support, and then send in your issue over there. And one of our excellent team members from our support team will get back to you as soon as possible. And then if you are looking to potentially give access to Signeasy to other team members, you can definitely talk to our sales team, or again, reach out to me in customer success, and I'll be able to help you with that. We also have an extensive help center containing numerous articles explaining step-by-step with pictures on how to do something. And for those of you that learn visually, that's how I am. We also have really quick YouTube tutorials that you can watch to learn how to do things. And as always, you can get in touch with me at nisha.ray@signeasy.com, and we can set up a time to talk over Zoom if needed. You can also reach out to customer success at signeasy.com to get in touch with any of our success team members. And of course, if you're facing any technical issues and you can't seem to figure out a way to get past it, please send in your query at support@signeasy.com and we'll definitely look at it. And Asha, do you want to say anything before we hop off?
Yes, definitely. I would really like to thank each one of you for joining in today. I am from the product team, so if you have any questions or if you have any requests that you would like us to, take it up in the upcoming releases or in the future, please feel free to drop an email. Nisha has already shared her email. We work very closely with each other, so whatever feedback you provide her, it will directly come to us, and we would really love to hear from you. Your feedback will only help us make this product much better. So yeah, thank you again, once again, for joining in and spending almost an hour with us today. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yep. And we're going to continue to do more of these webinars moving forward. I know Asha is thinking about doing one for Signeasy for Microsoft Teams.
Right.
Signeasy has an integration with Office 365. So keep a lookout for that. And we hope you'll be able to join us for those in the future. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Also,
Oh,
I
you
think
want to say, go ahead.
no, I'll just saying that you all will shortly receive an email with all the details. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah. And if you have any queries, just support@signeasy.com and we all always happy to help you. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
everyone.
Have a great
Bye.
day. Thank you. Bye-bye.